Welcome to the Real Estate Marathon Podcast, your guide in the race to financial freedom through real estate investing and sound financial practices. This podcast is for anyone interested in learning more about real estate investing, personal finances, and a new take on traditional retirement. Now, here are your hosts, Larry Fierro and Mike Moe.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Real Estate Marathon Podcast, your Monday morning motivation edition, where we follow up on your call to action from the previous episode, hit you with a little motivation, start your Monday morning off right, and then we tee up the episode to come. And Mr. Fierro, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, Mike. Doing real good. We had Thanksgiving dinner today. It was a nice weekend. You know, got to get some of the family done early, and then, you know, you got your Thanksgiving dinners and whatnot. So how about yourself? How's everything?
You had Thanksgiving dinner today?
I had Thanksgiving dinner today. Yes, I did.
Taco Bell. Nice. Yeah. Head of the game, man.
That's right. Get it done. Have an entire week of pumpkin pie and cranberry sauce. That's my motto.
There you go, man. That's awesome. That's fantastic, dude.
Got a lot to be thankful for, so.
There you go. Yeah, heck yeah, man. So pumped to be back here on Monday morning since we, took I won't say we took last Monday off, but we did forego the Monday morning motivation last week. So I'm pumped to be back here Monday morning again with you.
Yeah, occasionally, you know, we have some emergency things pop up, and you know, you got to be able to rebound on the fly, and that's what we did.
Yeah. Yes, sir. All right, man. What do we got for the call to action from the last episode? I think we were chatting with Mr. Brett Swartz, the Deferred Sales Trust, huh?
Yeah. Capital gains, my friend. We were telling people to go to his website and look at his website and listen to his podcast.
Free ebook, man. Free ebook.
Forget about the free ebook, man. That's huge.
Yeah, that's let me see if I can remember the website. No, capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. You can go get that free ebook and chat with Mr. Brett Swartz. And yeah, like he said on the podcast, man, when you're interviewing him, you know, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep. And as much as people kind of like to bury their head in the sand when it comes to taxes, it impacts your deal just dramatically. So your exit strategy and how you can keep all those profits that you work so dang hard for is a really important part of this game.
It's huge. And, you know, you want to make sure that you're paying your fair share of taxes, but there's 1,000 million billion codes out there that allow you to not pay taxes. So go ahead and find out which ones allow you to not pay taxes and don't pay taxes on it.
Pay your fair share and not a penny more. Or let me even break it down a little bit more than that. Pay only what is legally,
required to
pay. Right? Exactly. Yep. Like you said, there's 1,000 different tax rules on how not to pay taxes, and that is the government incentivizing you on where to spend your money. So,
and I'm not paying more than I have to.
Yep. So yeah, man. So good show with Mr. Brett Swartz there. So
check that out. Yeah. So today's Monday. We're gonna get motivating everybody, get them all pumped up for the week ahead. It's a new slate. So what are you thinking about for this week's pump up episode?
Pump up episode? Is that what this is? Not Monday morning motivation anymore. It's like the Monday morning pump up. Is that what we're going to call it now? So.
That's right. I'm going to start coming in here with, if we can get the license to like the Eye of the Tiger or something like that.
There we go. I thought we banned the word pump though. Anyways, that we're not supposed to use pump anymore because that's a terrible word. But
I gave it a month off. Man.
Yeah, there we go. So no, dude, we're going to talk about just the constant learning that is required to consistently, you know, be on top of your game. So people always, I won't say always, but a lot of people get frustrated when they can't do something right off the bat, or they get frustrated when stuff's hard, but that's the learning process, man. If everything's so dang easy, then where's the fun of that? So, and you know, this came to me when I was reading a book by Mr. James Altucher, which is a fantastic author. And, you know, one of the quotes out of that book was, "Learning never stops. Many people die at 25, but are not put in the coffin until 75. The learning stopped early for them." So, dude, if people, you know, go to school, go to college at 25 and then stop learning until the rest of their life, how boring is that, man? You got to consistently be learning, consistently be pushing yourself.
I try to go out of my way to learn at least one thing every day. And, you know, you hope it's on the good side of learning. That, you know, there are some things that you learn that you don't really want to know, but you just got to make sure that you're continually moving forward, increasing your knowledge base. And you never know, adding those tools to the tool belt. You never know when you're going to be able to dust one off that you learned 10, 12 years ago or 10, 12 days ago and buy that 500 unit property that you've been looking for.
Yeah, right, man. And the other thing it does for you, and I realized this doing this myself the last couple of weeks, is it just reframes your mind when you're coming into really, really difficult things. So I was running into a lot of things that I haven't done before, and it was really time consuming and tedious because, when you do something for the first time, it's difficult. You're not going to whiz through it. But, when you can look at that as like, yeah, I'm learning this, and it's a learning process. It's not, it kind of reframes that as like, well, instead of just being crappy and hard, it's a learning process. So it's a little easier to get through it at the end at that rate.
Yeah. Don't be afraid of something just because you don't know how to do it. We're in my investing career where I'm at a point now where I'm learning how to try and raise capital, things like that, and I've never done it before. So it's kind of, there's some growing pains and I've never been raised to put my hand out and ask for money for a deal. But if I'm offering them an investment and returns, then, it gets a little easier as time goes on.
Yeah, man. And in a year, it's going to be cake. And that, the next thing that you're learning is going to be the difficult thing. So yeah, if you ain't growing, you're dying, man. So
that's right. And if your goals don't scare you, you got to get bigger goals.
There you go. Yep.
That's it.
All right, dude. So we got, what do we got? We got coming up this Thursday with Mr. Brian C. Adams, Excelsior Group. Is that who we're talking to?
Yeah. I had a lot of fun talking to Brian. He had a bunch of good information and he came in and shared it with us. And I enjoyed talking with him about sales because him and I were both salesmen. And, the importance of sales, the importance of avoiding some of the common pitfalls. I think that was when he came on, that was what he wanted to talk about. He wanted to try and help all the newbie investors out there just avoid some of the pitfalls that he had to go through.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly, man. Why not learn from somebody who's been in the game for 10 years and has made some mistakes? So you guys, you don't have to. So yeah, Brian Adams is he's the president and founder of the Excelsior Group. So he spearheads the investor relations and capital markets arm of that firm, 10 plus years of experience in real estate and private equity. So lots of experience that we learned from. And to your point, we started off talking about some of the pitfalls and some of the things that, mistakes he made. And we transitioned into just the sales aspect of real estate and how everything is a sales game and how people can get a little bit more proficient at that. So, and I remember talking to some guests that have lost quite a considerable amount of money, and they tell you how they lost the money, and you come upon that situation later, and you're like, boy, am I glad I talked to that guy or girl, because I needed to make sure that I don't follow the same footstep, because $3 million is a pretty heavy hit to take. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, that kind of spells out kind of at a high level what we're trying to do here, kind of help people avoid some of these pitfalls. So hopefully they can find a little bit more success in their investing and their personal finances. So yeah,
that's it. Well, today's their clean slate. Today's your clean slate, everybody. Make sure you make the best of your week. And I'm not going to say get pumped up, but get pumped up.
There you go, man. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Real Estate Marathon Podcast. We'll see you next time.
Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Real Estate Marathon Podcast. If you found value in any of the content from this show, consider supporting us in the following ways. Subscribe to the Real Estate Marathon Podcast. Leave a rating and review. Continue the conversation with like-minded individuals on social media by heading over to the Real Estate Marathon Podcast Facebook group, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Real Estate Marathon Podcast.